Hour 3's not happening yet.
Hard work, work.
Good morning, everybody. You're listening to the Warm Up Podcast. I'm your goofy host, Lou Michael, and we are driving to the gymnasium to get a workout in today. And it is Tuesday morning for you guys, or for me. Tuesday morning for me, Wednesday morning for you guys. But I'm doing chest day because it's the best day, and I refuse. I refuse to switch it up because change freaks me out. No, I don't know. Actually, well, all right, we'll get into it later. All right, so pre-workout today, gang. If you're new here, we're going to do the pre-workout review first. It's fun. We have fun with it. We're having a good time. It's gray and cold after being pretty crystal blue skies and sunny for a few days. I was like, get that out of here. Who wants that? Bring back the suck. It's winter, everybody. You know, February in the Midwest when Mother Nature really thins out the herd. All right, I'm sorry. If you get that bit, it's very dark, but I'm just fucking around. Anyways, we've hit the red light. Today's pre-workout is Ghost Energy Phase Pop, which, if my days of video gaming are to come in handy, I believe Phase is a clan for a relatively popular Twitch, almost said Twitch, relatively popular Twitch streamer. I don't even know. Do they have clans anymore? It's like a Halo 2 thing. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is either the mustachioed fella who always kind of sinks into the camera while he's talking, or Tim the Tap Man. I know Tim the Tap Man. Nick something or other. I can't remember his name. One of those two dudes. I think it's a bomb pop flavor. Let's just get into it, all right? Ghost Phase Clan bomb pop. Just getting around all the copyrights. All right. First sip, y'all know. Actually, wait, sniff test. Season 2. Smells good. Okay. It's very potent. Do the lab waft. All right. So, I mean, an energy drink, this is clearly so far removed from the natural energy drinks we've been drinking that this chemically smells awesome. So it's probably going to taste pretty good, but it's going to be extra, as the kids might say. It's going to be sweeter than fuck with no sugar in it. I'm like, yeah, that's probably not going to lead to cancer down the line. Here we go. Ooh. Oh, man. Flavors come from a lab. They were put there by the man. I'll go back to that song every week. I can't believe that's not one of the warm-up songs. All right, so Ghost Phase Pop. I'm going to say, this one, 2.5 sit-ups out of 5. Might pre-workout again, but I don't think I'm going to go out of my way for it again. There's other bomb pop flavor pre-workouts I enjoy. Like, I don't know if anybody's ever had that 3D Energy, had like Freedom Pop or some shit. I don't know. They're all bomb pop flavored. That one was really good, and I think Alani Nu has a bomb pop flavor. This one, a little bit too much chemical. Yeah, I don't know. The initial taste is good. It's the back end where you're like, oh yeah, that flavor was made under fluorescent lights for sure. Ain't no bomb pop plant, except this one. All right. So I will say this, I'm kind of recovering from the Traverse City Comedy Festival, which was an absolute hoot of a time, but I haven't partied like a rock star in a long time, and it basically Wednesday to Sunday was just non-stop hanging out with good buddies, doing fun shows, and kind of having 100 comedians influx into a small summer town in the winter it's wild. It's movie adjacent, you know, like I know life's not a movie, blah, blah, blah. But every now and again, you do get some almost surreal moments where you're just having so much fun, or there's so much activity and ridiculousness where, it's stuff where art is going to imitate life because you're just having so much fun and silly stuff going on. Great time. However, with with the booze-infused fun on top of just good old-fashioned fun and doing stand-up, I'm pretty sure my serotonin's fucking wrecked today. Because I know they haven't done any studies on on doing or performing stand-up, but I'm sure the high of having good sets on top of drinking a lot, fucking up my circadian rhythm, and hanging out with buddies, juxtaposed to a cold, wet, gray Tuesday. I'm like, oh yeah, it feels like I'm coming down from, it almost feels like I'm coming down from MDMA. Not really, but you get what I'm saying. So I'm a little bit shot. And then something we were like joking about. I try not to let the macro issues bug me, By the way, this is a fitness podcast. We're going to get into some chest day workouts. But we will. But like the juxtaposition of trying to be an entertainer, which I try to keep hypocrisy in mind, and it's like, I don't know, I started doing stand-up what feels like so long ago at this point. Like the real reasons I got into it, I'm like, I just want to have fun, entertain, blah, 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 fun job. If I could make money doing it, dream come true. And, you just kind of, when you get into chipping away at something, you start to see like, okay, the inner workings, it's job shit, Every job, no matter what you do, you're like, all right, I don't care for that. But that doesn't bug me so much. That's micro stuff we all got to deal with in our day-to-day job stuff. But like the macro stuff of like just reading the news headlines, and I'm like, speculations on World War III, a land war in Europe, there's a land wars going on in the Middle East. We're posturing for, a pretty large conflict. Military's dropping its standards for recruitment, which is never good. Like some shit is brewing when the military's like, we need warm bodies that can pull the trigger or press a button. You're like, do they need to have high school diplomas? We're like, no, no, they don't. I'm like, oh, that's fucking rough. You get an all-volunteer military that has high standards. You're like, we're doing great. There's no fucking war. They got to weed out people that just want a job, It's like, hey, peacetime army, they're like, all right, we don't got money to pay all these motherfuckers. Wartime army, they're like, dude, yeah, promise them all the money. They're not going to collect. They're not going to collect on that. Let me tell you. Their family's going to get a life insurance policy that's worth 1/10 of the contract we signed them up for, and get the next one in a uniform. So, like, that's cantankering around in my brain as I'm trying to be a traveling jackass. I'm like, this seems, like trying to be the equivalent of a stand-up comic in the 30s. It used to be like, what the fuck are you doing, friend? And I think there was the beginnings of stand-up, and I know there was entertainment through wartime and blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, dude, it just kind of feels icky to me right now. Even, I love doing this, but it's like being the flapping head amongst so many others on the internet that's like, look at me, look at me, look at me. And then also like seeing like, man, there's like, there's some real important stuff out there, gang. I'm sorry, this is a bummer episode. Got you fuckers, huh? Everybody wants the upper episodes. Nope. Sometimes we got the bummers. But, like, I don't know, just on the precipice of something that I think is going to be pretty monumental, and then also playing the fool. I'm like, fuck, all right. Well, somebody get me my red nose and white paint, because clowns still got a clown, baby. just a clown with a grenade launcher. But the other thing that's been freaking me out is like, I like technology. You know, I think we should always progress forward with our tech. But then, like, you know, I don't think it's bad to have some Ted Kaczynski circuit breakers, which fuck them. That would be awesome if we named some circuit breakers some Ted Kaczynskis, because that would, oh god, that he would not care for that. Or maybe he would, because it cuts off the technology. I don't know. But if you don't know, Ted Kaczynski, Unabomber, was pretty against technology. I'm guessing if you're this deep into my podcast, you're just leagues smarter than me, and we're like, yeah, Lou, we know the Unabomber. We actually grew up watching him do the shit while you were playing with Lego. I'm like, all right. But like the new Apple Oculus adjacent, whatever the fuck that headpiece is called, I'm not against, you know, a $4,000 piece of tech that is like revolutionary or anything like that. I think it's beautiful, you know, like seeing how far technology can go is great. But then the Jurassic Park ethical argument, or just ethical arguments in general, of, I swear to God, hypertrophy, it's great. We're going to talk about fitness in a second. But, you know, in JP1, the sexy beast that is Jeff Goldblum talking about, you know, no, everybody's too focused on whether or not we could. Nobody stops to think whether or not we should. You know, I think that's applicable, as well as Uncle Ben's statement to young Peter Parker, with great power comes great responsibility. And I think we're just flushing both those ethical pillars down the toilet. Excuse me. Oh, FaZe is coming back. FaZe Clan, good sody pop. Not really. It's mid. It's literal 2.5 mid. It's the first time I've ever used mid earnestly. I didn't care for it. It's medium talent. That's what I'd say. But okay, so like progressing technology forward, the shit we have right now makes me feel like the Amish were kind of right, where I'm like, ooh, maybe technology is the devil. Like, who saw that fucking coming? Everybody, we gotta start making wooden credenzas and fucking in the missionary soak position. Actually, I don't think the Amish soak. Maybe they do. Hey, I don't know. Maybe they do. But I was watching a review of the new Apple, I don't know what it's called. I'm so sorry. The goggles. There's no way you don't know what I'm talking about. And it's not the technology that kind of freaks me out. It's the social implications. You know, it felt like a scene out of Cyberpunk where Casey Neistat is just fucking around New York City. And I know he's kind of theatrical, and his whole thing is to be like entertaining, because it's not just a review or a blog. But like watching him horse his ass around New York with this augmented reality, and like what seemed gobstopping to him and impressive. I think he's a good dude, but it's like watching him put up screens of fucking Mr. Beast videos and everything on a park bench in Times Square, wherever it is, with strangers everywhere. It's like, oh, you just take a world that's already having a problem dehumanizing each other, and you just fucking shut it out. It's like, oh, do you want your living room in the middle of a metro station? Pop up a bunch of screens and literally do not have to interact with people that are inches away or feet away from you. It just seemed grotesque. Again, not the technology alone, but like the use of it. Like, I don't know. What I thought was cute in the video was also disturbing as fuck. And then what freaks me out even more is the same people that are freaked out by, Black Mirror. You know, people that, I like Black Mirror, but same people that are freaked out by Black Mirror and the implications that show in the Twilight Zone bestow upon us. I didn't use implications or bestow properly there. Hey, Angel. There you are, buddy. There's a guy. Hey, good to see you. But it's like the same people that you would hope the message of Black Mirror's not lost on are like, these things are great. And I'm like, God damn it. No, man. This is the beginning of the first episode or whatever where the guy's eye implants record his whole life. I'm like, yeah. Like, are we not listening to cautionary tales like at all? Because right now it doesn't seem like it. And then I like how everybody's like, we need to get Congress involved here. We got to regulate this shit. And though I agree, I'm like, man, the government's not really firing on all cylinders right now. So it's like, all right, I guess we're just going to have a chest day about all this. Sorry, gang, it's kind of a bummer one, but, what is it, Suicide Tuesdays? That's the terminology. It's Wednesday, so, don't worry. I swear, this is uploaded, I'm fine. It's just dopamine come down with the depth of Middle Gray, Michigan, kind of getting you there. And then, internet doing what internet does. Which I think I just Forrest Gump myself there. Internet, do what internet does. What the fuck am I talking about? Anyways, guys, you got to keep in shape, train your bodies. World War III, it's coming for us all. I hope not. I am being hyperbolic. Or am I? No, I am. And in a totally unrelated warm-up song, we're gonna do. It's a cover, and though I appreciate and like the original song much better, we're gonna do the cover because I think it matches the vibe of a warm-up song a little bit better. But I will let you decide. We're gonna do 99 Red Balloons by Goldfinger. That's our warm-up jam today, because it's just a good war song, and I like a good war warm-up song, everybody. So it's in the warm-up podcast playlist on Spotify. You can find it there. It's under my name, which is the same as here. Y'all know, if you're at this point of the podcast, you got it. You're in on it. Urinating on it. Dude, God, pissing on it? I have no idea. That's the brain, everybody. Okay, I love you guys. This was a wild episode. I hope you're warmed up. And I hope World War III doesn't happen. And I hope technology is used responsibly in the future. I actually hope all that. But if not, start training. And on chest day, again, if you're not going to do barbell incline press or regular bench press barbell, I've been just having a hoot on the cable flies. Love them. You go incline cables, decline cables, little squeeze cables in the middle. Ooh, get that squeeze. Ooh, yeah. And then, just do some half reps once you fail, and I guarantee you're going to have a bust on you, fellas. Fellas, you can build your chest up to a point where smaller busted ladies are going to be upset at the cleave you got in your sweaties. Okay. All right. I love you guys. Bye. We're warmed up. I'm warmed up. I hope you're warmed up. All right. Bye.